What is up YouTube? KM888 here, and I'm back here with another video. I know it's been a while, but COVID-19 was in between this period and I wasn't really feeling the Yu-Gi-Oh! Right there. I hate doing things on the computer and for playing, I mean. And I just wasn't feeling it. So right now regionals are coming back. We've had a few right now in the country where I live, and I finally got everything for my first real life deck again. So I'm happy to bring you guys this, and I hope you guys are excited about it as well. The deck I finished right now, DDD. Now, I know that a lot of players have been speculating about DDD, how it should be built, stuff like that. But I'm just playing the pure list, pure DDD. I like how it's run, I like how it goes, I like how it flows, and how I can play with it. So I'm gonna go over the deck list. I'm gonna try, I mean, you guys know me, I like to talk, so I'm gonna try and keep it to a bare minimum. There's a lot of cards that I don't need to explain in this build. Like, if you go and check out Pax List, if you go and check out Jack YGO, those guys, they've solidified this list. Like, really, it's just a couple of small things that I might have to explain why I'm doing these. But like, everything else, it's just standard, man. So I don't really have to explain a lot. So yeah, let's go into this list. First things first: triple Kepler, triple Copernicus, triple Griffin. These are like, they're nuts. They're also these are the cards that you need to start off your plays. So just run them at 3. You need it. I don't have to say anything about it. Then, I'm only playing one Orthros. I've been playing like the second for a big-ass while, but I have to say that I don't like the second one. While it does open up Baron plays, you can just search this thing out, dump it to the graveyard with Copernicus, special summon it back, add it to your hand with Gate, with Small World. I'm playing Small World. Shock, surprise, spoilers. You can just get this to your hands like really easy. Even with like the Griffin, special summon from graveyard, add this to your hand, normal summon, go from there. This thing is also really hard to play with Baron, because if you special summon it, you're locked into Fiend types. Baron is in the Fiends, so go from there. Yeah, I mean, it's more a brick to me than anything else. So I cut it down to 1 because I do want to have it. Want to get it onto the field with the Gilgamesh. Sometimes have it for the Brawn play, but you can search it whenever. So yeah, the 1 DD Savant Thomas, the 1 DDD Oblivion King Abyss Ragnarok. I like to have one of these into my hand because it just extends my combo, but it's not necessary. They're there for their utility and they're great for it. And then for the non-pendulum DDDs or DDs. Triple Swirl Slime, you want to have this card in your opening hand. It's not necessary, but it's really great. You have easy fusion plays with this. The 1 Necro Slime, the 1 Vice Typhon, desolidify the Swirl Slime plays, but you just send them to the graveyard with Marksman King Tell or Copernicus and go from there. Especially Vice Typhon, really good going second, because you can stop the spells and traps that they might set to interrupt you. And then the final DD card is the DD Lamia. I just like the utility of it. It's an additional special summon, really easy to get on the field, and it might be clutch for an easy Gilgamesh or for a synchro summon with Oracle King Dark to go into Siegfried. So yeah. These are all my DDs. As you noticed, I'm not playing the Rage King Zero or the what's it face, the Cerberus. This is actually really easy explained. I live in Europe, I live in Belgium, so I don't have access to be able to play with a Rage King. The scale 0 is actually a great utility, and I would love to play it at 1. But I'm just not allowed to, which is crazy because I have the card. Like, it's just mind-blowing that the guys that are running this place, like, that that they just don't put a better rule over it. But yeah, I mean, who am I, right? Anyway, so that's for the DDs. I like this ratio. The 1 Orthros just means that I brick less, which is good because you don't want to brick with this deck. For hand traps, I'm playing the triple Ghost Ogre. Card is nuts. You needed this for, but Brave Engine is everywhere, so you have to play it. Triple Ash Blossom Enjoy Spring. In my eyes, still the best hand trap. But downside, you need it with other hand traps. Like if you just have Ash Blossom, you're not stopping anyone. Which is kind of sad, but hey, it is what it is. Triple Nibiru, the Primal Being. Card is nuts, but on its own, everyone and their mother plays around Nibiru, so you're gonna have a hard time. And the final hand traps are 2 Veiler and 1 Phantasme. If I wasn't playing the Small World package, this would probably be 2 Veiler and Imperm. But I am playing the Small World engine, so the additional Phantasme is there as a hand trap slash bridge. It correlates with everything in your deck. Like this, if you have this or an eccentric Archfiend, you can go from every card to every card, which is the nuts. So yeah, it's just great. For hand traps, having 12 in this deck is actually really good. It means like 12 hand traps means there is about a 70% chance, a little bit more, of opening at least 1. And there is still a 45% chance or something to open 2, which is crazy. Like 45% chance to open 2 hand traps at least. So that's good. That's what you want. Then for spells and traps, it's actually really easy. If you have a spell in your hand, you're gonna be able to play. That's what you want. The 1-for-1, it just gets you to your Kepler. Double Piri Rice map. I like the card, but I dislike the downsides. Like, it has to be used at the start of the main phase 1. Like, why is that a thing? At the start of main phase 1. You cannot draw into this for further plays. The 4000 burn. This deck, it just sucks. Like, I live in Europe, so no Rage King. If you have this, that's 4k. You're going to Gilgamesh, that's another k, so you're at 5k damage. The Ragnarok play comes in, you're at 6k damage. You have 2 gates, like a gate and a Swamp King up. Oh great, I'm gonna die next turn if I don't auto myself. That's stupid. Like, why? I love this card, but maybe not as the turn 1 starter. Maybe like draw in it in your second turn, that'd be awesome. But in general, you can play around it a little bit, so yeah. And then triple Small World, the card is nuts. You can just go into everything if you know how to play it well. It's great. And then for the DD stuff, triple Dark Contract with the gate, search any DD. Swamp King, Miracle Fusion on crack, the Dark Contract with Patent License. Some people find this to be a brick nowadays. I use it to dump this from my Marksman King Tell, so I can recure my Orthros for the full combo. So for me, it's actually a combo piece that if I draw it, it's not as bad because I can just discard it from the Griffin when I Pendulum Summon. Or I can send a Lamia and then from Marksman King Tell instead, and then Lamia effect to ditch this and then recur my Orthro. So it's actually an additional body if I get it in my hand. So it's not really a brick, but you just want to send it. And then there's of course the line of play that if you're closing in against time, you can go for every summoning mechanic in the game with this on board. When you're up in life points, which is actually fun. But yeah. And then the final card is the DDD Headhunt. You search this from the Griffin. It's Crackdown on crack, so why not? And that's it for the main deck. For those who counted, it's 42. That's on purpose. I really like 40 cards, but I added in, like, the deck was at 40 earlier. and I cut an Orthros, added a Piri Rice map and 2 Veilers. So I have more hand traps for a better hand trap ratio, and I added a Piri Rice map just so my consistency is actually up from before. So I have a better consistency of opening my starters in 42 cards with this list than I had before on 40 cards. The only downside of the chances are that I now have less of a chance to open up with multiple bricks. Like in this deck, there's quite a bit of cards that you really don't want to see. You can handle a 5-card hand with one of the bricks, but you really don't want to see 2 or 3. And you have a few, like you have the Headhunt, you have the Patent License, you have the Swamp King. You don't want to open these, because if you open these, it's just, in the combo it's free to search or dump these. So if you open this, it's just a neg 1 at that point. Then there's of course Bardi hand traps and stuff, because you really want those. Like there's the Lamia, there's the Vice Typhon, there's the Necro Slime. You don't want to open these. These are utility. You want to send these from Copernicus or Marksman King Tell, depending on other bricks you might have in your hand. And then of course there's like the Ragnarok, the Thomas, and the Orthros. You don't want to see these, you want to search these. You want to get this out of the deck with the Gilgamesh. So those are 9 potential bricks. They're not really bricks, because if you see 1, it's okay. But you don't want to see 2 or 3, because it will block your chances to combo off, or just not have hand traps. And actually playing the deck at 42 or maybe even 43 like Pack does, is a way to have a lesser chance of those bricks. So yeah, just go for that. It's certainly something worth testing. Then the extra deck, 15 cards, of course. Double Genghis, the 1 Hiking Genghis. Cards are nuts. Nothing else to say. The Oracle King Dark is probably the 1 flex spot of the deck, but I do feel it's needed. If you can make this towards time, it's just so rewarding. Yeah, and this plus a Lamia is a Siegfried play, which is also really good. And then speaking of Siegfried, Nut card, just negate a spell or trap every turn. It's good. 1 Bra on the floor. If you don't have a Bra on the floor, use Dark instead. It's not a Nibiru negate, but it's a really good card, the Dark Charmer. Wave King Caesar, Marksman King Tell, Wave High King Caesar, Double Machinex, and Zeus. I don't know what to tell about this. This is just as standard as it comes. You just need this. And then triple Gilgamesh. Yeah. So most of the time you use 1. Sometimes you use 2 in your opening combo. And then you need a 3rd for follow-up. So you play 3 mandatory. But yeah. That's it already for the extra deck. It goes really fast. It's as standard as it comes. And then I actually made one, a side deck. I've built this for the current meta we're in. I don't see a lot of back row decks at the moment. Like even Eldritch plays a more combo variant deck now with the Brave stuff, the DPE, the Cybers. Like it's crazy. All those decks, all those based decks are roaming around, and 2 hand traps don't often stop it. So you need more hand traps going second against that. So yeah, there's a lot of hand traps in here. So like triple Gamma with the driver. Probably the best, because you can stop anything and remove it from the board. Then double DD Crow. I do feel that DD Crow is necessary in some way. I do misplay sometimes with this card. Some matchups are so hard these days. Like what those base decks, they are everywhere. Like they slap cards on board. They go to the graveyard. It's so much to see what can they do, what are they gonna do. That 1 card in their hand, what if it's a hand trap? They can go to Helki Firebrags, and they go to Desbot 1, banish the Desbot 1 from the graveyard with DD Crow. That's just your win con, but they also have Tenyis, and it's just it's everywhere, and sometimes it's a hard call to make, but I do feel DD Crow is really important. Double Drawn Lockbird. I'm not playing 3. I could, and I'm a big fan of playing Floodgate hand traps at 3, but I'm playing, like, I'm gonna show the 2 token collectors as well. Alongside these, I have a total of 21 hand traps in either the main deck or the side deck. 21. My deck is at 42. That's half of the cards in my deck are hand traps. With this, it should be enough to stop my opponents, like, really. So, I'd love to have an imperm somewhere, specifically for this. Like, I'm side decking triple crossout designator, but I just didn't have the room. Like, token collector is way too important right now, and it's also a fiend. So it has its purposes. Like, if you special summon this, you can just normal summon any level 4, like Copernicus or Griffin, and there's your Wave King Caesar for a potential Zeus play. So this card it's good in the deck, on top of the fact that it's good against the meta. I just can't cut anything down to fit in an imperm. Why? I'd also love to play Call by the Grave alongside the triple crossout designator, but if you can't cut anything down, it's getting really difficult. I'm just not gonna keep on adding cards because they're good. You want a subtle balance. So yeah, and then the final cards are the 1 Eternal Darkness. This card is just too nuts. Some people are already contemplating on main decking it, but if you go seconds, like, you don't want this. It's just there for going first. And then my final card is the DDD Duo Dawn King Kali Yuga. Big bossman himself. He's on the mat as well. Awesome mat from the Champion Series Challenge, the tour stop in 2017. I mean, what do I have to say? Kali Yuga is Kali Yuga. You slap him on the board and you win. It's easy as that. And you might think, but how are you gonna make it? It's really hard to make. Your only main deck monsters are Thomas and Ragnarok, but that's not everything you have. You just simply make a Siegfried, or you make this guy, the High King Genghis. It's really easy to get a Kali Yuga on board using these, and then if you just slap these to the graveyard for its effect, like next turn you just revive them. This deck is awesome. Monster Reborns on legs. But yeah, that's the side deck. I just cross out designators. Card is awesome in this deck. If you're going first, anything that you want to negate, you can negate, except for the imperm, because I'm not having the imperm right here. Playing imperm in DDD is also so bad, actually. Like, it's like Forbidden Droplets. You can't set anything in this deck. Your end board is 2 scales. You have the Gate, you have the Swamp King, and you have the DDD Headhunt set. So your field is full. The imperm is, at that point, it's stuck in your hand. You're not going to do anything with it. The Droplet's stuck in your hand. You're not going to do anything with it. And you might think it's not bad because you have it for next turn, but then your scales are still there, so you still can't use it. It's not that great in this deck, so just don't do it. The only reason why you would be playing like 1 Droplet or 1 imperm is because of the crossout designator, but I feel it's going overboard. Then you need cards to counter the meta and not to counter the counters at all points. So you just need crossout designator because it stops the Nibiru, because it stops the Veiler, because it stops the Gamma on the Gilgamesh, and those are the most important things. So yeah. That's my side deck. I hope you guys like this deck build in general, and I hope I kept it short. I do believe we're, oh my god, 19 minutes in. Why do I always do these things? Yeah, anyway, I hope you guys liked the deck profile, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Ciao!